13 U.S. governors are now fighting back against President Biden. We now know that more states are offering to send National Guard troops to the U.S. southern border. This is not just in Texas. This is in California and Arizona as well, if they would accept them. However, this is where Texas and the U.S. government or the Biden administration are actually at a standoff. Both are trying to stand firm and show their authority. But Texas Governor Greg Abbott says that Texas has the power and has the authority to protect its state from anything, whether it's from immigrants coming into the state or from the federal government trying to overstep and take their parks. Now, I want to address what's going on here, because what we are now facing is a true crisis that is not just impacting the U.S. southern border. It's not just California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. It is many other states as well. I talked about this last week, where 10 states are going to feel the impacts, and it is not 10 southern border states. It's actually states in the middle of the country. I'm going to address this again coming up. All I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So in order to understand why so many other states are very concerned with the U.S. southern border crisis, you need to see the map and let me explain why this is turning into an issue. But first, before I show you the map, the first thing that I want to just point out is that many lawmakers, both Republican and Democrat, are saying that this new border security bill, this is not reform. What it's doing is it's protecting migrants. And in a time like this, where American citizens say we need the protection, the last thing that lawmakers should be doing, according to multiple aides, is protecting migrants first and the American people second. Now, I want to show you this map really quick. You probably know this is a map of the United States. Now, here's where the issue is currently coming from. Texas, this border here, okay, New Mexico, Arizona, and California. This right now is the most cross-border, okay, is between California and Arizona. However, Texas is still feeling the impacts. But here's the problem, okay? It's not just Texas that's feeling impacts. It's not just New Mexico, Arizona, and California. The problem is multiple states are feeling the impact because right now many people are leaving Texas to go all the way up here to New York. The reason why they're leaving New York is because New York is offering something pretty awesome. They're handing out $53 million in prepaid credit cards to migrant families. Okay? The mayor, Eric Adams, said that this program is going to help families buy food and baby supplies. He also came out and said that this is saving New Yorkers money, that this is going to cost less because it's more efficient than if they just handed out food. Now, he believes it's going to save New Yorkers about $7.5 million. Okay, this year, $7.5 million because it's more efficient. Guess what? That's not the way immigrants look at this. What immigrants see is, okay, if I come in Texas, all I need to do is hop on a bus and get over here to New York. Guess what? Texas is paying for people to go to New York. So right there, it's free. Well, here's the problem. From New York, once they run out of money, once the state starts pushing back, once you see police officers fighting back, well, here's the problem. They will leave New York and they will head to someplace warmer. That is one of the things that most people don't realize is how cold New York can be, how difficult it can be to live in that city or the state. So what happens? Well, they decide to move west, try to come back over here to California. Well, here's the issue. You can only get as far as your money's going to take you. So some people will go from New York to Pennsylvania. Maybe they can get to Ohio or Indiana or Illinois, maybe Missouri. They'll get to Kansas, maybe Colorado. Some people are going to stop there. They might get all the way to Utah, into Nevada, and then possibly they'll get into California. But chances are they're going to stop somewhere along this route because that's where their money's going to stop. Now, What does this mean moving forward? Well, this is why many state governors are pushing back, because it's not just the southern border states, it's all those states in the middle of the U.S. as well. Those are going to feel the impacts. Now, here's the issue. Once more states start to provide benefits to migrants or illegal immigrants, okay, the problem is people are going to leave the southern border, go into those states. Well, this is why many governors are backing Texas. They're backing Texas because they're trying to put more pressure on the Biden administration to stop these migrant crossings. In the new bill, which we talked about a little bit yesterday, in this new bill, the problem is we are allowing people to come into the United States. Pretty much setting a number, which means we're making illegal immigration acceptable. How can something that is called illegal be acceptable? That's the problem. Well, the big issue is that right now, what we are facing is some say that this deal, this bipartisan deal that lawmakers have put in place, well, according to Senate Republicans, they're saying there's serious doubt on the fate of this bipartisan immigration deal. This is worse than what they were projecting. They thought this was going to be a better deal. It's not. Now, I want to bring this up, okay? And I want to mention this because this $53 million in prepaid credit cards, this is just the start. And that's the concern, and this is something that the Biden administration is going to have to answer to. Because if one state is giving this benefit and other states aren't, why not? What are those states doing wrong? Why is everybody going to New York? Why is everybody going to Chicago? Well, it's because they offer something. They just offer something. Now, listen to what Governor Greg Abbott had to say on Sunday regarding this $53 million that New York is sending out for prepaid credit cards. Just listen to this.
It sounds like insanity is behind it, because it really is offensive. It may be the most reprehensible thing that I've seen take place over the past 48 hours when you see police officers in New York City being beaten by illegal immigrants in this country who should not be in the country in the first place. And then after they engage in this crime against a law enforcement officer, they are let loose back out onto the streets. What's going on in New York is outrageous, and Americans across the entire country are angry, not just about what's going on in New York, but the underlying cause for it, which is Joe Biden's open border policies.
So, again, it's not just what is happening in other states, is what is the root cause of this problem. The root cause is there's too many immigrants coming into the United States. And again, I've said this before, experts say this every single day. Lawmakers are telling us this, whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, they say the exact same thing. We don't have the resources. We don't have enough room, places to sleep in a shelter. Don't have enough food, which is why New York is trying to send out credit cards, because then it'll be more efficient. They can hand you a credit card, and it's up to $1,000 for a family of 4. You can go take that credit card. You can buy food, buy baby products. Those are the things that you would need. Here's the issue, though. And we see this, unfortunately, all the time with the WIC program. This is the Women, Infant, Children program, where women who just delivered a baby, they get something like formula. It could be like Similac, it could be another brand. But here's the thing: people will buy it using a WIC card or the little food stamps or whatever they call it. They buy formula, but even though they're buying formula, they're maybe breastfeeding or they're using something else, right, to feed their child. Here's the thing: then they go and sell it. They sell the formula to other people. So essentially, they're taking their money, they're buying a product, they're selling that product, they're getting money back, okay, that they can use and go buy whatever they want. They can go buy whatever they want. That's part of the problem, is that many believe that is going to be something that is going to happen. They'll go buy food, buy something for somebody else, they'll give it to them, they'll give them a little bit of money, and then everyone says it's a win-win. But not to the state and not to residents. So we'll see what happens there. All I can tell you right now is governors are furious that the Biden administration is not doing more. because of what is currently happening. There's fights breaking out in streets. Police officers are getting beaten. Those people that beat the police officers then go and get released without bail. Okay? They didn't have to pay anything for bail. They just get released back onto the streets. And even the New York governor, Kathy Hochul, she even said that these people should be sent back. They need to be kicked out of the country. They need to be sent back. So when a Democratic mayor governor is saying that these people need to be sent back, well, that's a problem. And right now, this is a concern, is that the United States government and many governors are at a standoff. So we'll see what happens moving forward. All I can tell you is I will be here every step of the way. I'll fill you in on all the latest news and updates, but that is what we know as of right now. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.